Imagine this. You're asleep. Something is breathing just beyond the firelight. You don't wake up. Your children don't wake up. No one does. Whatever is standing there needs only one step, one bite, one mistake, and your family story ends forever. But somehow, that almost never happened. Why? To understand that, we have to go back, long before cities, long before houses, long before doors, to a world where every sunset changed the rules. Imagine you've survived another day. You've walked for miles, crossed rivers, avoided dangerous animals, found enough food to keep everyone alive. Your body aches, your legs are exhausted. The sun begins to disappear behind the horizon. Today, you survived, or at least that's what you think, because in the ancient world, surviving the day was never the hardest part. Night was. As darkness spread across the land, the world changed. The animals that ruled the daytime disappeared, and a different world came alive, a world of sounds, eyes, and hunters. Leaves moved in places you couldn't see. Branches snapped somewhere in the darkness. Strange calls echoed through the forest. Every sound forced your heart to beat a little faster, because you couldn't tell whether something was passing by or whether something had already found you. The strangest part was that, eventually, you had to do something almost impossible. Sleep. You had to close your eyes, inside a wilderness filled with predators, and somehow, ancient humans managed to do this, night after night, year after year, for tens of thousands of years. So, how did ancient humans sleep without being eaten? The first thing to understand is that ancient humans didn't sleep inside nature. They slept inside someone else's hunting ground. There were no cabins, no stone walls, no wooden fences, no locked doors, no windows, no alarm systems. Sometimes, not even a cave, only a small camp, a few people, a fire, and endless darkness surrounding them on all sides. During the day, humans had one important advantage: their eyesight. They could see danger coming. They could communicate. They could plan. But once the sun disappeared, much of that advantage disappeared with it. Now, the hunters had the upper hand. Wolves could hear things humans couldn't. Big cats could move almost silently through the dark. Hyenas could smell prey from remarkable distances. And many predators could see far better than humans in low light. Meanwhile, humans became slow, limited, and nearly blind. The entire balance of nature shifted the moment the sun went down. If there was ever a perfect time to attack a human, it was while they were asleep. But if the night was this dangerous, why didn't humanity just disappear? Most people think fire changed human history because it allowed us to cook food, and that's true. But perhaps the greatest thing fire ever did was change the night itself. Before fire, the darkness belonged to predators. But with the first flames, something new appeared. A small circle of light in the middle of an endless sea of darkness. Fire wasn't a wall, and it wasn't a magical weapon. Large predators could still approach if they wanted to, but fire changed their behavior. The moving light, the smoke, the crackling sound of burning wood made many animals far more cautious. It didn't eliminate the danger, it created distance, and sometimes a few extra seconds were all you needed to wake up, grab your spear, and survive. But fire alone was never enough. If there was one thing that protected ancient humans more than any weapon, it may have been this: they were never alone. They slept together. Children stayed in the center. Adults formed a circle around them. It was almost as if the tribe itself had become a living wall. If one person woke up, everyone woke up. If someone heard something strange, everyone became alert. Danger wasn't facing one person, it was facing an entire group. And that alone changed the calculations of every predator, because attacking one human is very different from attacking 30 humans holding fire and spears. That's why a child wasn't protected only by its parents. A child slept inside the protection of the entire tribe. But even that doesn't completely solve the mystery, because eventually everyone has to fall asleep, right? Here's what's fascinating. Scientists studying modern hunter-gatherer societies began noticing something unexpected. People rarely sleep at exactly the same time. Almost always, someone is awake. Not because they're assigned to guard the camp, but because humans naturally don't all sleep the same way. Some fall asleep early, others stay awake much later. Some wake up in the middle of the night. Older adults often sleep fewer hours. Sometimes a baby starts crying. Someone gets up to add more wood to the fire. Without anyone planning it, the tribe was rarely asleep all at once. For most of the night, there was almost always a pair of open eyes, a pair of listening ears, someone who could raise the alarm before it was too late. Almost by accident, humans may have created a natural security system. Strange as it sounds, the real question wasn't how did ancient humans sleep? It was, how could they afford not to? Sleep makes you unconscious, slow, defenseless, and completely vulnerable. Yet at the same time, it was absolutely essential. Without sleep, the brain can't build memories. It can't learn efficiently. It can't make good decisions. It can't plan tomorrow's hunt. Every single night, ancient humans risked their lives to obtain something they simply couldn't live without. That's why sleep wasn't just rest. It was an investment in surviving another day. And when you put all the pieces together, the story begins to look very different. The fire, the tribe, sleeping together, someone always awake, children protected in the center. None of these things made the night safe. They simply made it a little less dangerous. And that small difference was enough. Over thousands of years, enough humans woke up to live another day, to learn something new, and to pass that knowledge to the next generation. When people imagine ancient humans, they think about hunting, spears, predators, and survival. But perhaps the greatest victory our ancestors ever achieved happened every single night, simply falling asleep and waking up again. Before humans built cities, before civilization, before they conquered the planet, they first had to conquer the night. And maybe that's the strangest truth of all. Humans didn't become the dominant species because they never slept. They became the dominant species because somehow they found a way to sleep and wake up again. But surviving the night was only the beginning. The real mystery was how ancient humans kept helpless children alive in a world that wanted to eat them.